Hi, I want to talk to you about falling. I'm actually on a mission to prevent falling. People 55 and older have a tendency to forget that they're vulnerable. As a matter of fact, statistics show in that age bracket that falling is the second leading cause of catastrophic injury and death. So people 55 and older especially have to be aware of the possibility and defend against the possibility of falling. I'm in my 80s, and I have doctors every time I visit an office asking me, how often have you fallen, or do you fall? My answer is no, I don't fall. I've been very lucky. I've been studying Tai Chi for about 47 years. And it's given me a really solid sense of balance and centering and an awareness of my environment, so that when I'm walking or moving around the house or outside, I'm aware of what's around me and I can prevent myself from falling or stepping on something that shouldn't be there in front of me. So this is my mission. I'm going to be presenting a series of exercises over time that will help people understand how to center themselves, how to become more balanced, how to improve their strength in relation to centering, and how to become aware of the environment as they're moving around the house or outside in the street, going to a store, whatever, and prevent the potential of these catastrophic falls. That's my mission, and that's what I'm going to be doing over the next series of videos. The following exercises are geared towards a process that will help improve balance. By doing that, you have to learn how to center yourself. You have to know what center is, whether you're actually here or here. This is center here, the straight line here. When I'm standing, equal weight, that's centered. I'm not leaning forward, I'm not leaning back. So the head's floating up, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing this, or this, or this. It's alignment of the body. And there are a series of exercises that will help you align and therefore become aware of your centering either side and improve your balance, as well as improving your strength, which will also help improve your balance. So they're going to start out very simple, learning how to center yourself, how to shift the weight. Eventually, we'll be working on forward and backward stepping. Forward and backward stepping. And processes that will help you understand how to control yourself while you're walking, and also be aware of your environment while you're doing this. So you don't have that problem of stepping on a stone and hurting your ankle or whatever, or missing the curb, things like this. It's mindful walking is what we're going to be doing, and mindfulness of everything around us. So we want to be aware of our environment. We want to be able to see peripherally, and we want to be able to feel or sense what's in back of us as well as what's in front of us. So we want to be aware of everything around us. And so the purpose of these exercises, step by step, is to improve your awareness, your centering, and your balance, and your strength, preventing falling or the possibility of falling. The first exercise we're going to talk about will revolve around the concept of centering. We want to know how our body is aligned, left, right, front, back. We want to know where center is. So what we're going to do with this is, first of all, I'm going to demonstrate a little bit to you, and I'm going to explain to you some of the physiology. The theoretical center of Tai Chi is based around the area we call the dantian, which is, if you can imagine, like a little ball between about 1.5 inches below your navel and your back here. So it's kind of filling that space up. So when we breathe, as an example, we mentally try to breathe down to this area, the dantian. So part of centering is being aware of this little ball, in essence, okay, and how it rests between your hip girdle. So what we're going to do here is, first of all, learn how to relax and just let the body flow. So we're going to float the head up, and the way we do this is we imagine a string attached here to the center of the head, about where your fontanelle used to be, right here. So to get to feel that, why don't you just take your finger and tap there, right there, just to feel it. Okay, tap a few times. Okay, now put your hands to the side. Now imagine that there is a puppeteer, and you're the puppet, and the puppeteer is pulling that string up from that center point. So what happens is the head floats up. There's a gentle stretch in the back of the neck. The shoulders sink down and they're relaxed. The body just falls into place. The hips are relaxed. The knees are soft. And by that I mean they're not locked and they're not bent. So from the side, if we look at this, we don't want to lock them like this or bend them like this. They're just in between. They're soft. So if we feel the head floating up, the shoulders relaxed, the hip relaxed, the knees soft, we feel centered. We're not leaning left, we're not leaning right, front or back. To focus on that center again, we talked about the dantian, so this time let's feel it. So this is what you do, is take your hand about 1.5 inches below your navel, like this, and you put the other hand here, like this. Now focus on that string in that crown point or the center of your head floating up. Neck slightly stretched, shoulders relaxed. This time close your eyes and inhale. Imagine the breath flowing, filling up that little ball here. So inhale, and as you inhale, you'll feel the ball pushing the hand out, the hands out. So inhale and exhale. But try it again, just gently, don't force it, just breathe into that area, feeling where your palms are. Head's floating up, shoulders are relaxed. Now I want you to try to inhale to the count of 4 and exhale to the count of 6. Ready? Inhale. Exhale. And again, inhale. Exhale. Make sure your head's floating up, shoulders are relaxed. Inhale. Exhale. Now open your eyes and gently put your hands at the side. Again, feel the head floating up. Focus on your balance being right in the center. Equal weight on left and right. No leaning forward, no leaning backwards. The head's floating up. The spine is relaxed, the shoulders are relaxed. Imagine or feel the feet firmly on the floor, not too far out, not too far in, centered. The knees are in the center of the feet. The head's floating up. Focus on that ball in the middle as you inhale and exhale. Feel centered. Equal weight of the feet. and the legs, equal distribution front and back, no sway, solid. Every so often, check to make sure the head is floating up and the shoulders are relaxed. Very good. Now, when I talk about the head, there are just some pointers I want you to be aware of. When we say the head's floating up, we're not doing this, we're not doing this, we're not doing this. The head's just naturally in the center and floating up. See, the chin is flat, straight, eyes are straight. Okay, so now let's try this one more time. Head floating up, shoulders are relaxed, knees are soft, breathe to that center, the dantian we call it. Fill that balloon up as you inhale. Feel the weight equally distributed between left and right, front and back. Make sure you're relaxed by the shoulders. I don't want any tension. Slight stretch in the neck, not more than that. Knees are soft. Okay. So this exercise is going to focus on building some strength in the legs, as well as being aware of controlling your balance. So what we're going to do, I'll demonstrate first. So we're going to stand with our feet about shoulder width. That head is floating up from the crown point or the center here. The shoulders are relaxed, the knees are soft. And we're going to start out, we're going to sink down as if we're going to sit in a chair. We're going to hold that. Then we're going to move to one side and we're going to go down and up. And then over to the other side and down and up. We'll do this step by step, but I want to make sure that you understand the posture first. So let me turn to the side here so you understand this. The head's floating up, the shoulders are relaxed. Now the hips here, watch what happens. I'm going to sink down. What's happening is the hips are coming in like this, and my hands are demonstrating hip movement. See, coming in like this. Now when they come in like this, most of the weight will be from the center of the foot to the heel, not the toes. So the knees don't go beyond the middle of the foot. They stay centered here. See the knees? I can bend lower, lower, lower. The knees never move. All right? So that's the idea. Is you tilt the pelvis, the head stays up, and you sink down. So let's try that just for a second. Feet shoulder width. Head's floating up, shoulders are relaxed. Hands at the side now. Sink down, tilt that pelvis in, head floating up. Just as if you're going to sit in a chair. If you have that, good feeling, you're centered and you're strong. Now we're going to shift to this side here. The weight is now going straight down to the foot. Now push on the heel and come up. Shift back to center. Go over to the other side. Tilt that pelvis and sink down. Hold it. And push on the heel and come up. Now we're going to do this on each side. We're going to hold it for 10 seconds. So ready? First, sink down center. Tuck that pelvis in. Feel like you're sitting in that chair. Shift over. Hold it. Stay straight, don't lean. Push on the heel, come up and come back to center. Shift over to the other side. Sit in that chair on this side. Hold it. Tilt that pelvis. Head floating up. Don't lean. Push on the heel, come up, come to center. Now let's repeat. First sink down. Shift over. Hold it. Make sure you're straight. Push on the heel, come up, center. Sink down. Shift over. Hold it. Keep straight. Push on the heel. Come back to center. Sink down. Shift over. Hold it. The upper torso should be nice and relaxed. Push on the heel, come up to center, sink down, shift over. Make sure you're not leaning either way or the head. Head is floating straight up, you're not tilting it. Shoulders are relaxed. Remember that pelvic tilt. Push on the heel, come up to center. One more time, sink down, go over, hold it. Relax the shoulders, relax the arms, let everything dangle, head floats up. Push on the heel, come to center, sink down, shift over. Keep relaxed and the shoulders and the head floating up. Push up on the heels, come to center. Now we're going to vary it, make it a little more challenging. So what we're going to do, same thing, is we're going to tilt that pelvis, sit in that chair, head's floating up, shoulders are relaxed, shift over. This time, sink a little lower. Hold it for 5 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5. Push up, not all the way. And then go down. And hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Push up, not all the way again. Keep that little bend. Now again, down slowly, hold it. Shoulders relaxed. Push on the heel, come up slowly, not all the way. One more time down. Hold it. Again, push on the heel up, not all the way. This time, definitely one more time. Ready? Down. And hold it. Now push on the heel and come to center. So come up a little higher Good, now we're going to do it on the other side. So sink down, shift over. Remember everything I told you, head's floating up, shoulders are relaxed. Sink a little lower and hold it. Make sure you're straight. Push on the heel, not all the way up. And down to the count of 5 again. Push on the heel, come up, not all the way. And again, down. Push on the heel, come up, not all the way. Down. Push on the heel, come up again, not all the way. And last time, down. Now this time, come up all the way and center. Okay, so now we're going to continue with learning how to center and control our balance. This time what we're going to do, I'll demonstrate. We're going to shift to one side. But before that, again, I want to repeat. We want to make sure the head's floating up from the center, or what we call the crown point. Floating up, the shoulders are relaxed, and the knees are soft. And what we're going to do, I'll demonstrate first, is we shift over and we make sure we're straight. We're not leaning or this, right? We don't want to have the hips moving or the shoulders moving. We want to have a straight line there. We want to feel centered on this side and solid. When we feel solid, we're going to pick up the other leg and step in, and then step out, center, and then of course repeat on this side, step in, step out. So let's try this together. Ready? Head's floating up from the center of the head, that crown point. Shoulders are relaxed, knees are soft. Now let's just sink down a little bit, tilt that pelvis in, shift the weight, feel secure, and then pick up the knee and step in. Stay on this side, the weight is here. Now we're going to step out, center. Now come over, pick up the other knee, step in, keep the weight here, step out, center. Let's repeat. Over, sink a little bit, step in, step out, center. Sink a little bit, shift over, step in, step out, center. Make sure you're sinking a little bit. You don't want to be up high. That's why I said that. Okay, so sink a little bit like you're sitting in a chair. Shift the weight, step in, step out, come to center, shift over, feel the weight here, nice and aligned. Align straight, step in, step out, and center. So make sure you're not leaning or the hips. Over, step in, step out. Come back to center, shift to this side. Step in, step out, come back to center. A few more times. Over, step, hold it here, step, center, shift, step, hold the weight here, step, center, shift, step, out, center, shift, step, out, center, shift, step, out, center, shift, step, out, center. Again. Again. This time over. Hold it. Keep the weight here. This should be loose. Step. Shift. Over. Step. Again, weight here. This should be loose. Step. over. A few more times.